Well, first let's start, Chris, when how you got to Milwaukee. How did you end up there?
I was playing in Cincinnati with Anaheim's farm team, and my second season there, just after training camp, I got traded to Nashville. So in turn, I ended up in Milwaukee and started my 4-year career there.
And it's been, I mean, early in your career, you made the rounds a little bit, and came back to Milwaukee eventually.
Yeah, well, I played the 1 year in Cincinnati, 4 years in Milwaukee, and I ended up signing with Florida, so I played a year in San Antonio and then back to Nashville, and I was able to start my NHL career after that.
When you look back at your time in Milwaukee, what stands out to you?
Just the whole experience, you know. I think those were my prime development years, and just the whole experience of you know, playing pro hockey and just getting to learn you know, all the stuff outside the rink and just how to, you know, play pro hockey. And that's Milwaukee was my main years in doing that.
Your first go around, who was coaching the team at that time?
Al Sim.
Okay.
Claude was there all 4 years I was there. Both great guys, and you know, again, it's just learning, you know, kind of developing and learning the ups and downs of, you know, being away from family, living on your own, and all that kind of stuff. And you know, I remember that time fondly.
You've had a long run with Claude, not only in the American League or the IHL, but last season in Winnipeg as well. So give me your impression on playing for him.
I love Claude. He's awesome. He's you know, super upbeat guy, really smart hockey guy, and just has a really good pulse on how to handle players, you know, young guys and old guys. And he was you know, he was really instrumental in my development, and along with the guys that played with me in Milwaukee. And you know, he's worked his way up to the NHL now, and you know, he's definitely paid his dues, but he deserves where he's at.
You may have mentioned some of this, but you know, growing up as a pro in Milwaukee, your first time around, turning you into an NHL goaltender. Off the ice is one thing, on the ice is another. Where do you think the most growth came early on in your career?
Just the you know, definitely on the ice. You know, I'd never really had any goalie coaches until that point, and you know, Nashville and Milwaukee had a good relationship, and Mitch Corrin would always come down and spend a lot of time with me in Milwaukee, and it's just the whole process for me. You know, some guys are ready right away to jump up to the NHL, but I know for myself, I definitely wasn't ready, both on the ice and off the ice, and you know, it gave me a great opportunity to kind of develop, you know, both sets of skills down there.
Talk about some of the guys you played with here. Darren Hadar, one of them?
I didn't play with Hades.
No.
I missed him. I played, God, that was a long time ago, so probably the guys that I played with are moved on. But I actually, my best friend now, Ryan Tobler, I played with him there, and we lived together for a couple years. And, you know, we're still best friends, and we live in the same city, you know, when I go home in the off season. So I developed quite a few long-lasting friendships from my years there.
Sure.
Mark Mowers, David Gosselin. You know, we all keep in touch, and you know, we play fantasy leagues together and stuff like that. But you know, you definitely develop relationships when you're younger, and you know, I'm glad to have kept a few of them.
You mentioned Mark Mowers. Tell us what kind of player he was.
He was extremely fast skater. I think you know, he came from UNH, and he had really good years there. And he was really feisty, and you know, he's one of our more offensive guys, definitely. And you know, he played a bit with Nashville, and just a good all-around player and a great guy.